Hello, hello, hello. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, December 16th, 2021. And that's my office. That's downstairs. I'm upstairs in our other part of our office. I have about 300 plants in this whole place, and I take care of all of them. And so there's the other side of me. You see the angry Salenti, because I don't like little pieces of shit trying to fuck with my life as they're doing. So I surround myself with beauty as an antidote to what's going on. And so that's part of my building over here where my office is. So on the market front today, U.S. stocks slid on Thursday. The NASDAQ was down. It was 2.7%. The Dow was up over 200 points. Then it was down 100 points. And then it closed down about, almost about 30 points. And the S&P lost almost 0.9%. So now this is after yesterday when the markets went up on the good news that the Fed was going to raise interest rates. And not right away, maybe mid-year. And you know what that is.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Inflation is real. Oh, they just raised interest rates in the UK, the F-U-C-K, with that little dick over there, that little piece of shit. Again, all over the world, little pieces of shit. How could anybody listen to a Boris Johnson? Could you get dumber than that little clown boy? Oh, they just raised interest rates over there, 0.25%, 0.25%, adds up to nothing. Even if they raise interest rates in the United States, with inflation at 6.8%, and according to John Williams Shadow Stats, 15%, you got negative interest rates. But the markets can't even take that because the money junkies need their money for free. So, and of course they're winding down the, giving the money to the bigs with the quantitative easing, the stock buybacks, then narrowing them down from, $60 billion a month. So they're going to be winding that down. So the markets went up yesterday, but now they're getting the realities hitting them, and they're going down. And the weekless jobless claims came in higher than expected today. So, gold, dollar weakened. I don't know, this is a total reversal of yesterday. The dollar weakened. Gold today was up like $35, hanging right around there, just under $1,800 an ounce. Silver went up sharply as well. Oil. You're looking at Brent crude now around $75 a barrel. I don't see how this could be happening. The oil prices going up as this Omicron fear is spreading across the globe. The UK, the FUCK, the South Africa, one country after another, and they're closing down international travel. Again, the numbers are showing how bad international travel is from the United States overseas, international travel, from like the last week of November, like Thanksgiving weekend, to first, second week of December, was down over 70% from November 2019 period, before the COVID war began. So, and then you're looking, and we're going to get into it, all the companies that are telling people not to go back to work. How could oil prices be going up? But they are. So I'm skeptical. Fed projects rise in interest rates to tame inflation. This is today's toilet paper record. And by the way, this thing costs $3 a day, filled with pictures. I hardly get any news from it, but I got to read it anyway to find out what everybody's saying, what they're thinking. The Wall Street Journal, $5 a day. $5 a day. You know how much your Trends Journal costs you? $2 a week. $2 a week. It was like 29 cents a day. So support what we're doing over here, because I'm fighting for freedom, for peace and justice, and we're giving you trends data that you're not getting anywhere else in the world. And we cover the world like nobody else does. So go to trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com, and read history before it happens. Support us. It's Christmas time. Give a little gift. We're giving everything we can here. So, rise in interest rates to tame inflation. Hey, fuckface Powell, you bastards and bitches yelling, you fucks was saying there was no inflation. It was only temporary. It was transitory. You're full of shit, Celente. Your Trends Journal's been saying we've been into an inflation surge since we've been saying it's only temporary and transitory. All right? They're lying. They know how bad it is. They got to keep the cheap money flowing. It's not supply chain disruptions only. That's a small part of it. It's the cheap money pumping. Chinese economic activity bogs down. Yep. They've locked down that place. They're China, man. They love them masks. They love them orders. Them locked down. And it's going down. Will it crash? It had a huge spike like we've never seen in modern history. Yes, there's going to be a contraction, but they have a dual circulation policy. Read all about it in your Trends Journal. Self-sustaining economy. Yeah, it's going to go down. Is it going to crash? Tune in. Here. Buybacks of stocks climb to record level. They're getting the money for nothing. They're buying up everything. And they're artificially juicing the price up with stock buybacks. Supply and demand. Yeah. Retail sales posted a modest gain in November. Lithium prices rise and stoking supply concerns. I'm mentioning that every week in the Trends Journal, we have a spotlight on inflation and where it's going. And if you don't believe us, read today's Financial Times. We've been saying this, and it's a fact. Investors pour billions into inflation-linked assets, while fuckface Powell, and facha bruta Yellen, how could that, look at Yellen. We're the same age, Motto, and I hope I don't look as bad as holy Christ. How could you believe the shit that pours out of their mouths? They're banksters, they're bandits. Hey, Christmas time is coming. Yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah, Prince of Peace. And I'm a warrior for the Prince of Peace. Oh, the Prince of Peace picked up a whip to drive the money changers out of the temple. 3 days later, cat's on the cross. Got it? That's who you're dealing with. Banksters. They haven't changed. Goldman Sachs. J.P. Morgan Chase. Morgan Stanley. The same bankster bandits. Destroying us. Giving all the money to the rich. Well, they screw us. And not the way I like to be screwed. Anyway, Pfizer to pay $6.7 billion for drug firm. BMO Capital Markets analyst said in a note that Pfizer has the ability to do $132 billion in deals through 2022. And the company's revenue more than doubled in the third quarter, with the biggest contribution coming from $13 billion in sales of the COVID vaccine. That we, the stupid fucking people, they stole our money. Oh, the vaccine's for free, shitheads. No, it ain't. You stole our money and you gave it to the drug dealers. And Pfizer gave Biden $1 million for his inauguration. And you look at the data, it's in your Trends Journal, of all the political fucking scum pricks. And I can't say the other word. Yeah. That are getting paid off by the drug dealers with campaign financing and investing into the drug companies. Wise stages $4.5 billion deal with novel structure. I'm mentioning this because the bigs keep getting bigger. Apple puts off return to office. Delay in office worker returns, threatens business district in New York. Business districts. Yep. America's office occupancy rate is 60% below where it was before they started the COVID war in 2020. 60% below. What's that doing to businesses? What's that doing to commercial real estate? Oh, believe the shit that they throw out your mouth like that fuck-faced Kramer over there, that arrogant little fucking dick who says the army should be forcing vaccinations. Look at that sloppy-looking fucking jerk telling us what to do. They'll keep lying and they'll keep pumping up this fake market. That the commercial sector hasn't gone into the pitch yet is a joke, because the banksters are in charge. They got all these loans and they're artificially propping it up. Court reduces UBS payout to $2 billion. Oh, court reduces for tax evasion verdict. Anybody go to jail? No. But you were over the limit, you had too much to drink, DWI, you're going to jail. Labor crunch spurs hospitals to drop vaccine requirements. This is Wall Street Journal, not a conspiracy theory. Some of the largest U.S. hospital systems have dropped COVID-19 vaccine requirements, blah, 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 blah. Hospital operators, including HCA Healthcare, Inc., Tenet Healthcare Corp. Goes on and on. Why aren't the healthcare workers getting the vaccines? Oh, they're Trump supporters, huh? Fuckface Don Lemon? That's the crap shooting out of your fucking little mouth. These aren't Trump supporters. They see what vaccines do. Dickhead. Heads. All you dickheads that are forcing people to do this. They can't get workers. The people won't do it because they know the implications. 2/3 of companies expect staff to be vaccinated. This is the Financial Times. Great. 2/3. Got a labor shortage? It's going to get shorter. New indoor mask mandate is set for California, right? The state will also require those attending large indoor events to provide proof of negative PCR tests taken within 48 hours. Blah, 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 blah. In addition, state officials are now recommending that all travelers entering the state get tested within 3 days to 5 days of arriving. Hey, these are the same fuckheads that gave us the flattening of the curve shit, right? We're going to flatten the curve. Yeah, you flatten your fucking head. Because net migration out of state accelerates. California is losing more than twice as many people to domestic migration as it was before the pandemic. Not the pandemic, what they've done. They changed the definition of pandemic. It's not a pandemic. Again, 78% of the people who have died in the United States, according to the CDC, are either overweight or obese. 75% of the people that have died are over 65 years of age. And they're suffering from pre-existing comorbidities. But they put on these strict, and you can see what's going on. New York University is latest to cancel events over COVID surge. New York University announced Wednesday that it was immediately canceling all non-essential gatherings. Non-essential means young people going out and having fun. The surges are happening. In New York, they're also mandating a booster. And the surge is also happening at universities with very high vaccination rates. At NYU, New York University, 99% of the students have been vaccinated. 99%. What happened to herd immunity? What happened to fuckface Fauci shooting off the shit that comes out of his mouth all the time? Go back. He said it was a 70%. Boop, you get herd immunity. Oh, Biden. Well, July, we're going to have 70% of the people vaccinated. Herd immunity. Oh, then it went up to 75%. 99% 99% vaccinated, and colleges go back to drawing board again to fight COVID-19, or fight COVID variant. Cornell University abruptly shut down all campus activities. Online, more than 700 students tested positive. Tested positive, the symptoms don't mean you're asymptomatic sometimes or you got a cold. Because how many people have died from this? The last number I saw was 1 out of 8 billion. And he goes on to say, Cornell, Princeton, and NYU all report student vaccination rates of more than 98%. Biden warns of winter of severe illness and death for unvaccinated. Hey, wait a minute. Talking about fuckfaces and bullshit. 98% of the students are vaccinated, dickhead. Why are you saying that people who are not vaccinated against COVID-19 are looking at a very bleak and dangerous winter if 99% got vaccinated and they're getting tested positive? Well, why? Because I got $1 million from Pfizer, Salenti. Shut your fucking mouth. We may have you killed. Surge in virus rattles return for Broadway. The coronavirus pandemic has upended the theater industry's long-standing show must go on, blah, 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 blah. And they're saying the result in raft of cancellations unlike any in history. I'm mentioning this. I mentioned about a 41% office occupancy rate going on now for 2 years. It was way lower than that. And now there's no neon lights shining bright on Broadway. New York City job growth lags rest of the country. The city's unemployment rate is 9.4%. Nearly 2 years after the start, New York has added back a little more than half of its jobs lost. Okay? And now you got this fear spreading again, all new mandates. What's going to happen to the business world? Where's the economy going? Gold, silver, Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's still hanging, by the way, in that 48,000 range. Oh, it's going down. Again, we hit the numbers. It's in your Trends Journal. The facts are there. And the new restrictions couldn't have come at a worse time. Restaurant Association of Nova Scotia says now on Friday, new restrictions will take effect that will require restaurants and bars to have physical distancing and other limits. It's the kind of thing where if there's no pre-planning for it, then there's obviously going to be a lot more damage around it. This is the guy, this head of the Restaurant Association of Nova Scotia. What would have been better if the government had some consultations with us that we could have advised them on some of the outcomes. Anyway, the government does what it wants. Who the hell are you to ask the government what to do? Public servants, forget about it. J.P. Morgan health talks go viral or virtual. J.P. Morgan, I'm mentioning this because they're canceling a very big event that they have each year in San Francisco. For 2 reasons. People are afraid to go to San Francisco because of what's going on there. U.S. stores targeted by gangs of organized thieves. Today's Financial Times. Smash and grab and afraid to get the virus. I'm mentioning this because there was a thing called trade shows and conventions down the toilet that the crabheads flushed it down. And a lot of global international things going on. The Russia-China firm joint bid on. And then as the They're going to, this is important. Vaccine foes said to plot assassination in Germany. It's a big story making the news. They're claiming that these people, just like they made the other lie up in the United States when the FBI was behind it with Whitmer, the witless Whitmer over in Michigan, said that the guy was going to try to assassinate. It was a totally made up thing. And what they do with this is they go against people that don't want to get vaccinated and put them all in one group. So that's what they're going to do more and more of. They're going to keep saying that they were being violent, threatening, on and on to keep shutting them down, because Pfizer has, what, $122 billion that they have to spend this year, and more coming. Don't screw with the drug dealers, because you're looking for trouble. This is Gerald Celente, and that's just some of today's trends in the news. And don't forget, for your religious vaccine exemptions, and again, they only apply to employers or government agencies that accept religious vaccine exemptions. You go to Freedom, Peace, and Justice, look at the comments. The facts are there for yourself. They're great. There's no vaccine exemption like it. And support us. It's Christmas time. Start giving something. Thank you. This is today's Trends in the News. See you soon. The COVID-19 war has changed the world, but who's prepared? What's next? It's in your Trends Journal. Trends Journal subscribers are prepared. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happens. From the world leader in trend forecasting.